Hi guys, it's Monday, May the 5th, and it's a bank holiday here in the UK, which is basically Labor Day or May 1st celebration being moved one day instead of celebrating labor or, socialist stuff like May 1st about workers. We celebrate banks, so, it's like, that's how we do it here, that's how we roll. So, yeah, it's a day off, so it's a good opportunity to do a video. I didn't do a video on my usual slot, which is Saturday. I have got some new records that I want to show, and yeah, next week I'll probably want to do a new vinyl finds video, because I don't think that I have anything coming in, but I will be doing an now spinning, just to keep the momentum going. And the next week this time I will be in New York, so if you have any recommendations about record shops we should be visiting, I do know about Rough Trade, although going to New York and visiting Rough Trade is a little bit like meh, because I have two Rough Trade shops here, so what's the point? It doesn't feel special. I want to go somewhere that sort of is not available here. So anyway, if you have any recommendations, do let me know. So yeah, new records, I guess that's what you're here for, and we'll start off with what's playing in the background. It's this one, the Laminanas, and it's Crystalanis. This is their second album. This is like a duo. So these two guys, guy and girl, a little bit like the you know who I mean. Silly. Yeah, so it's like the White Stripes, I guess, in a way. Obviously the sound has nothing to do with it. It's not the stripped down blues sound. It's a little bit more lush, and it's sort of it does have some sort of, I cannot really put their sound into something. I think it is definitely influenced by garage rock, but there's more things to it. I guess these guys are French, and because there's a lot of French singing here as well, but they could be Belgian, and might have insulted them, but I don't know. Might be, might not be. So anyway, this is a really good record. I don't have a lot of information, because the reason why is that when I did my research, that was like 2-3 months ago. Yeah, and it was in back order. They couldn't get a copy. They finally got a copy, and yeah, now I completely forgot what this was all about, but the music is good, so there you have it. I need to begin with some by saying, well, I've already begun, but this is just introducing you to what's playing in the background. Bostonianreggie has been, just great guy, and he helped me out source a copy of Placebo's first Bowl of Eyes LP. He sent me a message saying that, mate, you know what, there's a shop nearby that is selling this, are you interested? I said yes. He bought me the copy, I sent him the money. I said, and he said, don't worry about the postage, I want to send you something anyway. So not only did he help me find this, but he also sent me an amazing piece of VCLT, which is just, thank you so much, man. This is Mars, a seminal kind of, no wave band. I don't have this LP, and this is just bloody amazing, unbelievable. He wrote me a letter as well, so thank you very much. I've kept this is how I'm going to keep it. And this LP comes with, it's live, because most of Mars's and most of no wave bands recordings were live. They weren't like studio stuff, because I don't think anyone made it to the studio. And as Byron Coley and Thurston Moore were talking about no wave, because I had a book released, They said that No Wave was pretty much over by the time somebody gave it a name. So yeah, and it comes with this booklet by Thurston Moore and Byron Coley, which has like, I haven't read it yet. And yeah, so it's mostly live stuff, and yeah, this is just mind-blowingly good. Thank you so much, Mike. I mean, I really appreciate it, man. And you know what? You know, I'll definitely make it up to you. And thanks. So, records. So I went to Rough Trade, and I went into the shop not wanting to buy anything, but you know how it is, and I found some records that I wanted to check out. So I'll start with this one. This is the Axeman, Derry Legend. This came out, this is a Flying Nun release from New Zealand, as you would expect, and this is reissued on Luxury Products. Now, the time that this came out was 1987, and the best review that I found about this said that this is like the clean on Laughing Gas. So yeah, this is a really accurate kind of you know, description. So you get that classic Kiwi sound from the 80s, which is just brilliant, with a little bit more craziness. Not like, you know, extremely experimental stuff, but it's really good. And the record, the two records that actually made me sort of pushed me to buy stuff, which I didn't really want to buy, but I didn't, you know, go with the intention of buying anything, but made me go like, yeah, screw that, I'll get these. Are these two: Harold Budd, Surfers in the Quicksilver, and Harold Budd, Abandoned Cities. These are two LPs that were initially released in his own label, which is Canfield Records. This came out in 84, sorry. 84, and this came out in 1981. Harold Budd is a pianist, musician extraordinaire. He's done a lot of work and released some neoclassical, minimalist, electronic, whatnot, solo albums and collaborations. And I found out about him like a month ago or so, after reading a review on The Guardian and one of his interviews, and I was very intrigued. I went on Spotify to seek out his stuff, and his most renowned work, I guess, is what is it? I cannot remember the name right now. It's doesn't matter. You know, if you put his name on, you know, Google, you will find, you know, what his best known records are. Came out in the late 70s, I think. Anyway, this is to explain a little bit more about the music. I guess that, you know, the hype sticker does a really good job. It's one of the few times that, well, not one of the few times, but it does a really good job explaining exactly what it is. So it is sort of industrial kind of feel. These are like electronic sparse piano pieces with and this is a bit more industrial sounding, I guess. Quasi-industrial element. The sonic palette is like dark. It's quite dark. Yeah, that's what it says here. So yeah, so I sort of agree with this. Really good record. And then you have The Serpent and the Quicksilver, which is like Cosmic Americana. Agreed. How much time? 9 minutes. I'll try to make it as quick as possible. Another record that was in the... I did mention that the Lamnanas were in pre-order, and some of the records that were in that same pre-order one of them was this one. Chrome, Read Only Memory. This came out in 1979. This is their second album, and this comes out after the... where is it? It's here. comes out after this one, which I've shown like a few weeks back. This is their first album, or maybe a month back or so. This is their very first album, which is really good, but it doesn't sound like Chrome. It sounds like a 70s psychedelic band, sort of. Really good, but yeah, it doesn't have the craziness. Here it's Damon Edge and the other guy, what's his name? Helios Creed, and this is where the craziness starts, really. I mean, this is like, you know, completely out there. Unless I'm completely mistaken and, you know, Alien soundtracks came before this, but yeah, this is like all out Dadaist punk rock, really. I mean, just hit myself with a record. Yeah, craziness, man. Really nice release from Cleopatra Records. Yeah, I mean, just two records that have been shown before in the VC, and I will not dwell too much on them because I don't know how to categorize them, and I'm not sure I will make do them any justice. Laurence Vanet, I guess Vanet, yeah. Gateway Evening Colors. This is the first one, 1975. No, this is the second one, actually. She was girlfriend, wife of Laurent Thibault from Magma. The music here is like, you can't categorize it, so you can just say it's progressive, you know. It's just, it's a bit of everything, so progressive it has to be. Out on Line Productions, a subsidiary of Light in the Attic. Fantastic French progressive, you know, rarity really, that just, you know, you have to have. And Galaxies, which is the very first one, so keep hitting myself with the record. Fred actually shown I think Gateway Evening Colors, but yeah, both of these are really good good records to have, and yeah, come highly recommended. Actually, it's you know, they're rare and they're good, and you should get them. And the release is really nice. Something that's easier to categorize: Easter Faust by the Cosmic Dead. Cosmic Dead, fantastic band, you know, fantastic psychedelic band. Very powerful live albums, live performances. I've seen them live, and it's transcribed, and it works on vinyl as well. And they do have the same kind of feel. Having seen them live, the record does feel. It's not a live recording; it's just regular recording. And yeah, it's out on the Sound of Cobra that do like rare psych. Not rare psych, they do limited psych, limited releases from psych bands. One of the best ones is they began with single-sided LPs, and they have one from a picture disc from Umberto, which is probably the best thing that they ever did, and it was the most limited one. It was like 100 copies or something. It's just a shame. Fantastic stuff. Do check this out. I mean, you probably know the band. It's amazing. 13 Minutes, a record that I slept on and didn't get the chance to pick one up, but it sort of showed up, although it did have this issue, which was advertised, so I was like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, Vox Populi, Dead Ganja Music. This is his initial release was on cassette, 1987, and this is, as you know, the cover would suggest, you know, a very Nurse with a Wound like electronic weirdo experimental stuff. So, you know, it's just, yeah. I think it is, yeah, it's a French band, and I'm not sure whether it has actually appeared on the Nurse with Wound list or not, but it definitely would have. Although the Nurse with Wound list was compiled earlier in the 80s and a bit earlier, I think late 70s, early 80s. So yeah, Dead Ganja music. I mean, you know, the people that will be interested in this will be interested in this, and they know who they are, and they will pick it up anyway if they can find a copy, if they don't have one already. Final record for the day, an amazing free jazz album, and just, yeah, Peter Broadman. Obviously Peter Broadman, I have one more LP from him. He has quite a, you know, huge output since the 70s. I've been eyeing some of his records and I'm like, oh, should I buy this, should I buy that? I saw this, I initially thought that this was something that came out in the 70s, but actually not. It was released by Just Jazz Werkstatt. As you can see here, it's the first number, at least on LP, because they did a lot of CDs. 2006 2006 release from Full Blast, which is sort of a band that Peter Broadman plays, so they do have like Full Blast LPs, just Full Blast and whatnot. And I saw this, and you know, from a huge catalog, you know, you're like, so how did you choose this? I mean, you know, I chose it because I really like the cover, and I chose it because I've checked it out online, and this is like, you know, it still has that craziness that Peter Broadman's releases have, and just comes highly recommended. You know, does what it says on the tin. It's Full Blast, so it's the closest thing to punk that you can get from a free jazz record. Fantastic work, amazing stuff. Like, you know, super high energy crap here. I mean, really good, really good. Anyway, so yeah, that's my final record. Do check this one out. I know that Anders has been showing some free jazz records, recent releases, and one of the Peter Broadman's albums did come up, and I will try to find that one. I guess that this one is a little bit easier to find because it's a more recent release. So yeah, that's my update. As I said, it's 17 minutes. As I said, next week I'll be in New York. In the meantime, do leave your comments, recommendations for places to go in New York, including record shops, mainly record shops, and you know, whatever you think about the music that I've shown. If I suck, so like the video, dislike the video, subscribe to the channel if you think that this is the kind of stuff that you're interested in, unsubscribe if you stuck this long and you decided that this is crap and you don't want see this kind of thing ever again, and see you guys around. Bye.